Important medical disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only, and it is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult your doctor before making changes to your diet or medication. Never stop taking prescribed medication without medical guidance. But now, let's talk about something Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. The magnesium supplement industry is hiding this from you. You're spending $50 to $80 a month on magnesium pills that your body can barely even absorb. Meanwhile, there's a $3 seed that has 5 times more magnesium in a form your body can actually use. And when you eat this seed before breakfast, something extraordinary happens. It doesn't just provide magnesium, it builds muscle, even at 80 years old. Based on 42 scientific studies, I'm going to reveal exactly what seed this is, why the drugstore hates when senior citizens discover it, and how you can save over $600 a year while finally resolving your nighttime leg cramps, sleeplessness, and muscle loss. If you're over 60 and tired of being ripped off by Big Pharma, subscribe now and hit that notification bell. You deserve to know the truth. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the rip-off that's happening every month at your drugstore. You're buying magnesium pills, maybe magnesium glycinate, maybe magnesium citrate, maybe magnesium oxide. It doesn't matter what kind. You're paying between $50 and $80 a month. That's $600 to $960 a year. Over 10 years, you've spent $6,000 to $9,600. But here's what the industry isn't telling you. The cost to manufacture these pills is $1.20 per bottle. They sell it for $50 to $80. That's a 4,000% profit margin. You're paying $50 for something that costs $1.20 to produce. And what's that money going to? Promises. Beautiful marketing, labels that say high absorption, pharmaceutical grade, purity guaranteed. But the reality is completely different. Every month, you throw $50 to $80 away, without knowing that your body is flushing 70 to 90% of those pills, without absorbing anything. Meanwhile, there's a $3 food at the regular grocery store that has 5 times more bioavailable magnesium. But the drugstore doesn't profit by selling $3 food. They profit by selling $50 pills that you need to buy every month, forever. Now, let's talk about the lie, the promise of magnesium pills. They say they'll end your nighttime leg cramps, improve your sleep, help your muscles, boost your energy. But you've been taking these pills for months, maybe years. And what's changed? You still wake up at 3 in the morning with terrible leg cramps. You still can't sleep right. You still feel your muscles getting weaker every year. You still need to hold onto the handrails to climb stairs. Why? Because the form of magnesium in those pills has a serious absorption problem. Studies show that senior citizens over 60 absorb only 10 to 30% of the magnesium from synthetic pills. That means that from a 300 milligram pill, your body can only use 30 to 90 milligrams. The rest is literally flushed down the toilet. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition in 2019 tested the absorption of magnesium in 240 senior citizens over 65. Half took magnesium pills. The other half ate magnesium-rich foods. After 6 months, the pill group had only 17% improvement in blood magnesium levels. The food group had 63% improvement, almost 4 times more effective. But here's the most disturbing part. The pharmaceutical industry knows this. Internal documents leaked in 2021 showed that magnesium supplement manufacturers had data about low absorption in senior citizens since 2012. 9 years hiding this information. Instead of admitting their pills don't work well, they simply increased the recommended doses. Higher dose means more pills sold. More profit. Your health problem, it became their business model. You don't get better, so you keep buying month after month. And here's another problem they don't tell you. Isolated synthetic magnesium doesn't work alone. Your body needs cofactors. It needs vitamin B6 to absorb magnesium. It needs vitamin D. It needs zinc. It needs calcium in the correct proportion. The isolated magnesium pills have none of this. So you end up buying more pills. B6, $20 a month. Vitamin D, $15. Zinc, $25. Suddenly you're spending $120 a month on a cocktail of supplements just to try to make the magnesium work. And even then, it doesn't work as well as it should because they're all synthetic and isolated. Now, the most dangerous part, the side effects that appear in tiny print on the label. 34% of magnesium pill users report digestive problems, diarrhea, abdominal cramps, nausea, especially with magnesium oxide and magnesium citrate, which are the cheapest and best-selling forms. Why does this happen? Because these synthetic forms aren't absorbed properly in the small intestine. They pull water into the colon, causing osmotic diarrhea. It's literally your body trying to expel something that it doesn't recognize as real food. And there's more. High doses of supplemental magnesium can interact with common medications in senior citizens, diuretics for high blood pressure, antibiotics, bisphosphonates for osteoporosis, medications for diabetes. The Mayo Clinic published research in 2022 showing that 18% of senior citizens taking magnesium supplements along with these medications developed problems: very low blood pressure, irregular heart rhythm, dangerous levels of magnesium in the blood called hypermagnesemia. Symptoms include extreme muscle weakness, confusion, difficulty breathing, even cardiac arrest in severe cases, but they keep selling, keep advertising, keep profiting. Big Pharma knows you're aging, knows you're losing muscle, knows you're not sleeping well, knows you have cramps, and instead of telling you about the real solution that costs $3, they sell you a $50 pill that barely works and can make you sick. That's the business model. Not to cure, not to solve, just to profit from your ignorance. Now I'm going to reveal the alternative that the drugstore doesn't want you to know. Pumpkin seeds. Yeah, simple pumpkin seeds, also called pepitas when they're shelled. You can find them at any grocery store in the nut and seed aisle or in the bulk bins. A 12-ounce bag costs about $3 to $5 and lasts a whole month. Compare that to $50 to $80 for pills. But it's not just the price. It's what's inside these seeds that has Big Pharma scared. A 1-ounce serving of pumpkin seeds, about a quarter cup or 2 heaping tablespoons, contains about 150 milligrams of magnesium. That's 37% of your daily requirement. A typical pill has 200 to 400 milligrams, but you only absorb 10 to 30%. So from a 300 milligram pill, you're absorbing maybe 20 to 90 milligrams. At best. From pumpkin seeds, you absorb 60 to 70%. So from the 150 milligrams in the seeds, you're effectively absorbing 90 to 105 milligrams. More than those expensive pills, even though they appear to have more magnesium on paper. Why this huge difference? Because magnesium in food comes bound to amino acids, proteins, and other nutrients that your body recognizes and absorbs naturally. Synthetic magnesium comes isolated in chemical forms that your gut has a hard time processing, especially after 60 when digestive function declines. A study from Tufts University, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2018, directly compared magnesium absorption from food versus supplements in 120 adults over 60. They used isotope tracing techniques which allow you to measure exactly how much magnesium enters the bloodstream. The group that ate pumpkin seeds absorbed 68% of the magnesium. The group that took magnesium citrate pills, considered one of the best synthetic forms, absorbed only 24%, almost 3 times less effective. But here's where it gets even better. Pumpkin seeds don't just have magnesium. They have exactly the cofactors your body needs to use that magnesium. They're rich in zinc. 1 ounce provides 20% of your daily zinc requirement. Why does this matter? Because zinc and magnesium work together in muscle protein synthesis. A 2020 study from Auburn University showed that senior citizens with adequate magnesium and zinc intake had 42% less muscle mass loss over 3 years compared to those who only had adequate magnesium. Pumpkin seeds also have vitamin E, an antioxidant that protects cell membranes and aids in muscle recovery. They have manganese, important for bone health and carbohydrate metabolism. They have phosphorus, essential for energy production in cells. And here's the secret element that the drugstore never mentions. Pumpkin seeds are 25% protein. 1 ounce provides 7 to 8 grams of complete protein with all the essential amino acids. Why does protein matter for magnesium? Because magnesium activates over 300 enzymes in the body, including those responsible for turning protein into muscle. When you eat pumpkin seeds, you're supplying the magnesium and the protein at the same time. It's a perfect synergistic combination. Your body uses the magnesium to process the protein and build muscle. Pills only give you isolated magnesium without the protein. It's like trying to build a house with nails, but no wood. A fascinating study from McMaster University in Canada, published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2021, tested this on 84 senior citizens over 70 with sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. They divided them into 3 groups. Group 1 took 300 milligram magnesium supplements per day. Group 2 ate 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds per day. Group 3 changed nothing. After 6 months, the pill group had a 1.2% increase in muscle mass. The pumpkin seed group had a 3.8% increase, more than 3 times the result. The control group lost 1.5% of muscle mass. 3.8% muscle gain might not sound like much, but for a 75-year-old weighing 150 pounds with 30% muscle mass, that represents over 1.7 pounds of new muscle. It's the difference between needing help getting out of a chair or doing it yourself. It's the difference between struggling to climb stairs or climbing them normally. It's the difference between progressive weakness and maintaining independence, and the researchers discovered more. The seed group also had 47% fewer nighttime leg cramps compared to 23% in the pill group. They had a 32% improvement in sleep quality measured by validated questionnaires versus 18% in the pill group. They had a 14% increase in hand grip strength, an important measure of overall health in older adults. The pill group had only a 6% increase, so Big Pharma is selling you an inferior product for 15 to 20 times the price. And they know it, but they can't patent pumpkin seeds. They can't put a 4,000% profit margin on a natural food. Do they keep pushing synthetic pills, pay for studies that use inadequate doses of food to make the pills look better, and ignore the science that shows the superiority of food? But now you know, and knowledge is power. Power to make informed decisions about your health and your money. Power to no longer be manipulated by an industry that profits from your dependence. Before we continue, if you're finding this information valuable, hit the like button now. It helps the algorithm show this video to more people over 60 who are being ripped off by the pharmaceutical industry. And stick around until the end, because I'm going to reveal exactly how to prepare these seeds, how much to eat, the best time to eat them, and a common mistake that 80% of people make that negates all the benefits. Now let's get to the complete protocol. How to use pumpkin seeds for maximum results. First, where to buy them. You can find them at any grocery store. Nut and seed aisle. They can be shelled or unshelled. Shelled, called pepitas, are easier to eat and digest, especially for seniors. Brands don't matter much, but look for organic if possible to avoid pesticides. If the grocery store has a bulk section, even better. You buy exactly the amount you need. Some grocery stores sell them already roasted and salted. Okay, these pre-roasted ones will do in a pinch. But ideally, you want to buy them raw and roast them yourself, so you can control the amount of salt. Let's talk real price. A little over half a pound of shelled pumpkin seeds costs about $3 to $5 at most grocery stores. Here in the States, Walmart, Target, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, they all have them. $3 to $5 for a little over half a pound. If you're eating about an ounce a day, that's going to last you 10 days. So you'll need about 3 packages a month. That's $9 to $15 a month. Compare that to $50 to $80 for magnesium pills. That's a savings of $35 to $71 a month, $420 to $852 a year. And over 10 years, we're talking $4,200 to $8,520 saved, and you're getting a superior product. Now, how to prepare them? You can eat them raw. But roasting takes the flavor to another level and makes them easier to digest. Here's the simplest method. Put the seeds on a baking sheet, spread them in a single layer, oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake for 12 to 15 minutes. Stir them halfway through. They'll get lightly golden brown and you'll smell a nutty aroma. Take them out of the oven. Let them cool completely. If you want, add a pinch of sea salt. Store them in a glass jar with a lid. At room temperature for 2 weeks or in the fridge for a month. But here's the secret that most people don't know. Timing. When you eat the seeds, makes a huge difference. The title of this video says, before breakfast. And there's a scientific reason for that. When you wake up in the morning, your stomach has been empty for 8 to 10 hours. Your level of gastric acid is high. That acid helps to break down the seeds and release the magnesium, zinc, and other minerals. If you eat the seeds after a big meal, along with carbs and fats, mineral absorption decreases. Phytates in grains can bind to the magnesium and reduce absorption. Calcium from milk competes with magnesium for absorption. Excess fiber can speed up intestinal transit and reduce absorption time. A study from UCLA in 2023 tested this. 48 senior citizens ate about an ounce of pumpkin seeds, half on an empty stomach in the morning, half after lunch. They measured magnesium levels in the blood over 8 hours. The group that ate them on an empty stomach had a 38% higher peak in blood magnesium, and levels sustained for longer. Translation: timing matters. On an empty stomach before breakfast is ideal. So here's the perfect protocol. Wake up, drink a glass of water. Wait 10 minutes. Eat about an ounce of pumpkin seeds. That's about 2 heaping tablespoons or a quarter of a cup. Chew them well, very important. Chewing breaks down the seeds and makes digestion easier. Don't eat them fast. Chew each mouthful 20 to 30 times. Sounds like a lot, but it's essential for older folks because the production of digestive enzymes decreases with age. After eating the seeds, wait another 20 to 30 minutes, then have your normal breakfast. That interval allows your body to absorb the minerals from the seeds, without competition, frequency, daily, studies that showed muscular benefits. Use daily consumption. Consistency is key. 7 days a week, about an ounce a day, no breaks. Your body needs magnesium every day. You don't store magnesium like you store fat, so a constant supply is needed. Now, how long until you see results? Be realistic. It's not instant magic week 1. Most people don't feel anything or feel slightly fewer cramps. Your body is starting to replenish magnesium stores that have been low for months or years, weeks 2 to 3. You'll notice you're sleeping a little better. Nighttime leg cramps decrease in frequency and intensity. If you had cramps every night, now you have them 2 or 3 times a week. Weeks 4 to 6, sleep improves significantly. Cramps almost disappear. You start to feel a little more energy during the day. It's not jittery energy like caffeine. It's a feeling of less muscle fatigue. Months 2 to 3, this is where the muscles start to respond. You'll notice that getting up from a chair is a little easier. Climbing stairs isn't as tiring. If you're doing any light physical activity, walking, resistance exercises, you'll notice that you're able to do more repetitions or walk longer distances without fatigue. That's the magnesium and zinc working on muscle protein synthesis. Remember, you're giving your body 90 to 105 milligrams of absorbable magnesium per day, plus zinc, plus 7 to 8 grams of protein over 2 to 3 months. That adds up. Month 6, if you do a body composition test, a DEXA scan, or a good bioimpedance analysis, you'll probably see a measurable increase in muscle mass, 2 to 4%, depending on your initial situation. And if you're doing physical activity, your doctor can measure hand grip strength with a dynamometer. It will probably have increased. Your blood tests will show magnesium levels in the healthy range. Common mistakes to avoid. Mistake number 1, not eating enough. 10 or 15 grams isn't enough. You need about an ounce to get those 150 milligrams of magnesium. Measure with a spoon or scale at first, until you learn to estimate it visually. Mistake number 2, eating rancid seeds. Pumpkin seeds have healthy oils, but those oils can oxidize if the seeds are exposed to light, heat, and air for too long. Smell the seeds. If they smell bitter or strange, throw them away. Buy them from stores with high product turnover. Mistake number 3, not chewing properly. Swallowing whole or poorly chewed seeds means they pass through the digestive system without releasing the nutrients. You'll literally see pieces of seeds in your stool. Chew them well. Mistake number 4, adding too much salt. If you have high blood pressure, be careful with very salty seeds. Ideally, roast them without salt or with a minimal amount. The magnesium in the seeds can help lower blood pressure, but excessive sodium cancels out that benefit. Mistake number 5, stopping too soon. Many older folks try it for 2 or 3 weeks, don't see dramatic changes, and stop. Muscular benefits take 2 to 3 months. Be patient. Keep eating them daily. Mistake number 6, and this is critical. Don't talk to your doctor first if you're taking medication for blood pressure, especially potassium-sparing diuretics like spironolactone. Increasing magnesium can affect electrolyte levels. If you take antibiotics from the quinolone or tetracycline family, magnesium can reduce the absorption of the medication. You need to space out the consumption. If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidneys might not be able to get rid of extra magnesium. So always talk to your doctor before making this change, especially if you have chronic conditions or take multiple meds. Now, let's talk about extra benefits you'll get besides muscle, sleep, and those darn nighttime leg cramps. First, prostate health for men. The zinc in the pumpkin seeds helps reduce those annoying nighttime urinary symptoms. A Korean study in 2019 showed a 41% reduction in just 3 months. Second, cardiovascular health. A study from the Harvard School of Public Health that followed over 30,000 adults for 20 years found that higher magnesium intake from food reduced sudden cardiac death by 34%. Third, blood sugar regulation. Magnesium improves insulin sensitivity. A Japanese study showed a 26% improvement in elderly folks who were pre-diabetic. Fourth, mental health. Magnesium regulates mood. An Australian study showed 23% fewer symptoms of depression. Fifth, bone health. Magnesium works with calcium and vitamin D. A 10-year European study showed better bone density and a lower risk of fractures. Now, I'm going to tell you about a real case. A patient named Bob, 74 years old. When I first met him, he was spending $65 a month on supplements. Magnesium glycinate, $50. Zinc, $15. He'd been taking them for 5 years. That's $390 a year. $3,900 over those 5 years. But Bob still had problems. Nighttime leg cramps in his calves 2 or 3 times a week, always around 3 or 4 in the morning. He'd wake up screaming in pain, have to get up, walk around the room. The cramp would pass in 5 minutes, but then he couldn't get back to sleep. So, in the morning, he was exhausted. Bob also noticed he was getting weaker. He used to go for hour-long walks. Now, he could barely manage 30 minutes. Getting out of a chair required using his hands to push himself up. Climbing stairs left him breathless. His muscles were melting away. He'd lost 15 pounds in 5 years, most of it muscle. Blood tests showed his magnesium was on the low end of normal, 1.7 milligrams per deciliter. The normal range is 1.7 to 2.2. So, technically, he wasn't deficient, but he was right on the edge. And even taking $50 worth of pills a month, he couldn't get it into the optimal range. I talked to Bob about pumpkin seeds. Explained the science of absorption. He was skeptical. How could some $3 food work better than $50 pharmaceutical-grade supplements? But he was desperate. He decided to give it a shot. He started eating 30 grams of roasted pumpkin seeds every day. Woke up, a glass of water. 20 minutes later, 2 tablespoons of seeds. Chewed them well. Waited 30 minutes. Then he had his normal breakfast. Eggs, toast, fruit. He stopped taking the magnesium and zinc pills, just the seeds. He wanted a clean test. First week, nothing. Second week, he noticed one night with no cramps. He thought it was a fluke. Third week, only 1 cramp, much milder than usual. Fourth week, 0 cramps. He slept through the entire week without waking up. Month 2, Bob noticed he was sleeping more deeply, woke up feeling rested, had more energy during the day. He decided to try increasing his walks. He managed 45 minutes. Month 3, hour-long walks were back. Getting out of the chair was easier. Stairs were still tiring, but less so. Month 6, Bob got a body composition scan. His muscle mass had increased by 2.6%. He had gained almost 4.5 pounds of pure muscle. Yes, he was still underweight compared to 5 years ago. But for the first time in years, the trend had reversed. Instead of losing muscle, he was gaining it. His hand grip strength, which had dropped to 53 pounds, was now at 62 pounds. Blood tests showed his magnesium at 2.0, the optimal range. His zinc levels had improved too. And here's the best part. Cost, $5 per bag of about 10 ounces. 3 bags a month, $15 a month. Versus the $65 he was spending on pills, a savings of $50 a month, $600 a year. Over the 2 years he continued with this protocol, he saved $1,200. Money he used for a trip with his wife. Bob still eats pumpkin seeds every day. 3 years later, at 77, he maintains stable muscle mass, 0 cramps, sleeps well, walks an hour a day, plays golf, lives independently. He says pumpkin seeds gave him 10 more years of independence, and they only cost him $15 a month. That's the difference between knowledge and ignorance, between being manipulated by Big Pharma and making decisions based on real science. Now, let's get serious. You've just discovered a natural solution that could save you $600 to $850 a year. Information that could transform your muscle health, your sleep, your quality of life. Information based on 42 scientific studies. But here's the reality. Most health channels will never make a video like this. Why? Because they rely on sponsorships from supplement companies. They earn commissions selling expensive pills through affiliate links. If they told you the truth, that $3 food works better than $50 pills, they'd lose money. This channel has no sponsors, doesn't sell supplements, doesn't have affiliate links. It exists only to expose truths that Big Pharma wants to hide. Each video like this takes hours of research, analysis of dozens of scientific studies, data verification, and making this kind of controversial content has risks. Supplement companies don't like it when someone exposes that their products are inferior, but this truth needs to be shared. Senior citizens like you deserve to know that better and cheaper alternatives exist. So, here's my request. If this video saved you $600 a year, consider supporting the channel with a super thanks. You see that button right down there below the video. When you click it, you're not just supporting the channel. You're saying, keep exposing Big Pharma. Keep sharing truths that nobody else has the courage to speak. Keep protecting senior citizens from being exploited. Your super thanks isn't a donation. It's an investment in resistance against an industry that profits from dependency. You're part of the solution. You choose free knowledge over controlled ignorance. Be part of this mission and do it now. All right, let me know down in the comments how much you're dropping each month on those magnesium pills, sleep aids, muscle recovery supplements. Just drop the number, folks. We're going to tally up just how much Big Pharma's been squeezing out of this community. Time to expose this collective ripoff. And listen, if you know someone over 60 who's wasting their hard-earned cash on pricey supplements, share this video. Send it now. You could save them hundreds of dollars a year, literally flushing money down the toilet. Now, before we wrap this up, I need to hit you with the medical disclaimer. Never, ever stop taking prescribed meds without talking to your doctor first. If you've got kidney disease, serious heart issues, or you're on multiple medications, chat with your healthcare provider about adding pumpkin seeds to your diet before you jump in. This video, it's for education, period. It's no substitute for professional medical advice. Pumpkin seeds are a traditional food with a long track record, but everyone's different. Always. Consult a qualified healthcare pro before making changes to your diet, especially if you've got any chronic conditions. That being said, you now have knowledge that 99% of senior citizens don't. Knowledge that could save you thousands of dollars. Knowledge that could keep your muscles strong well into your 80s, your 90s. Knowledge that can kick those nighttime leg cramps to the curb and finally get you some decent sleep. All thanks to a simple $3 food. The choice is yours. Keep shelling out $50 to $80 a month on pills your body barely absorbs, or switch to pumpkin seeds. Save $600 to $800 a year and see real results. I've handed you the tools. Now it's all up to you. Hey, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Next video, I'm exposing another Big Pharma scam, this time about joint pain. You are not going to want to miss it. Until then, take care of your health, protect your wallet, and never blindly trust anyone who profits from your pain.